Everybody knows when you press W in an MMO, your character moves forward. For games that are offline, this is no problem. Everything is self-contained. Except when a game is online, then everybody has to know. How does the game actually know where you are? I mean, it's not just that your computer needs to know it, the server needs to know.
Please don't let you know. Yeah.
And if there's 100 players nearby, somehow all of their computers need to agree that you're running at this spot. So when you press W to move forward, how does the server actually know where you are? Imagine pressing W and then having to wait for the server. And modern computers are fast, but this would still show as obvious jitter. The solution then is to allow the client to update immediately while sending its results to the server. When I press the movement key, my computer calculates which direction I'm trying to go. It applies the speed, gravity, jumping, collision, and it moves the character immediately. Anytime I'm moving, my client will periodically send the server an update, and I'm sending those 10 times a second. They contain things like my position, which direction I'm facing, whether I'm on the ground. If I'm standing completely still, there's no reason to say my exact same position at the server 10 times every second. The client then looks for meaningful changes and only sends updates when they're actually needed, with an occasional heartbeat. Some of the movement updates that I send to the server are allowed to disappear. Let's say the server misses this update, but immediately receives the next one. Then there's no reason to have the first update. The second update already tells us where the player is. Every single update sent to the server has a sequence number, so the server is able to recognize if something is old or new. Indirectly, we've caused another problem, and this one is much bigger. If my computer can tell the server where I am, what stops me from saying I can fly?
Flying above the flame cap.
These are super exploitative, and you see them in almost every game across the board.
And now he's taking it. How are they doing this?
Now the server needs to keep track of where you previously were. So now we're going to tell the server some rules and sanity checks.
Please tell me why you stopping me?
Yeah, I'm about to.
Huh?
I'm about to.
What?
I'm about to tell you.
Stop sign?
Let's keep track of where the player was previously and compare their next result to see if it's valid. If the server says you've moved an impossible amount, the server can reject and correct your position. And that's the balance between getting the client and the server and everybody else to agree on where they are in the world. Then you have special abilities like blink, charge, and the server doesn't want to see these as impossible movements. We allow some authorized movements dictated by the rules we set up in the server to allow these things to happen without the server thinking it's illegal. So half the issue is solved. The server knows where I am. My client feels responsive. But how does the next player who sees me running by actually see me moving? The obvious solution would just be for the server to send every movement update directly to everybody. But MMOs can have a lot of players. Something like interest management suddenly becomes super useful. And it's really simple. Players right next to you get the most information, and super far players get almost no updates. In fact, the server can take everybody's updates and group them together instead of sending them all as one. But we're still sending updates at 10 times a second, and the other person's going to see that as jitter. That problem still isn't solved. The other computer is going to see me here, then I'm here, and then I'm here, displaying them exactly as they arrive. And you'll see this happen on classic servers on a fresh launch. So instead, the remote players in my game keep a small buffer of movement updates. We render them 1/10 of a second behind, and we have 10 times updates. So we take the last position they were at and the new one, and we have the computer smoothly move between them. But if we're sending updates 10 times a second, sometimes because of internet lag or latency, those updates aren't always coming in.
This suit is more advanced in every way.
How'd you solve the latency problem?
Latency problem.
Might want to look into it.
This game fucking sucks!
If a packet doesn't arrive on time, it's not the end of the world. The computer can still calculate where they were probably going on their previous movement.
Your Krabby Patty pizza is here!
Wow, thanks. I've been dying for one of these. Where's my drink?
Here you go, sir.
Wow, thanks.
But without animations, none of this would matter. You would just have gray squares jumping around. Once movement's locked in, the server knows where you are, the client's responsive, and other players can see you. You attach all your animations to your movement. The client takes the animation system and takes those movements and translate them into what the characters should look like they're doing. And overall, the whole cycle is complete.